always keeping your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside your vehicle. Make sure the smaller children are supervised away from the right-hand side opening for a safe ride. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're on our way to Main Street.
Comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step or get lost. Have a good time in Frontierland.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop. Welcome to Gurley Square. Have fun on the bayou, folks.
Once again, I need everyone seated. Please take your seats.
Just joined us. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los bebés.
Departing, remain seated. Keep your hands, arms, legs, and feet inside the train. Leave your small children in the middle of the row and away from the door opening. Our next stop will be Toontown Depot.
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And put your legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños.
And away from the door opening. Our next stop will be Toontown Depot.
welcome aboard the Holiday Fort here at Disneyland Railroad. This train will be departing our station momentarily, so at this time we do need everybody to take a seat and remain seated throughout our journey, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. Also make sure to supervise your children, and if you have any little ones, make sure they are seated away from the train openings, either behind a bench or on top of your lap. Our next stop will be Mickey's Toontown Depot.
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please hear now entering Splash Mountain, where every day is a tippity doo dah day. You look real hard. You'll just find you are laughing with it. Where Winnie the Pooh, Tinker, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear make their homes and embark on fun-filled adventures. Although this land was made for critters, human-type folks are always invited to stop in to visit. We're traveling along the rivers of America and into the American frontier as it looked more than a century ago. This area is so rich with natural beauty and wildlife, you can see why the early settlers were inspired to move west. You're seeing this view just like many of them did, from the comfort of a genuine steam-powered train. When these iron horses first started crisscrossing the country in the 1800s, the time it took folks to reach the West dropped from months to a matter of days. Steam power but the dreams of all new generations set this great frontier. Because our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown. This is also the nearest stop to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you'll be leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Y'all have fun and say hi to Mickey for me. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome aboard the Holiday Fort here at Disneyland Railroad. Our train will be departing this station at this time, so please take a seat and remain seated throughout our journey, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times, and also make sure to supervise your children. Our next stop will be Tomorrowland train station.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we steam on through Fantasyland, you may want to take one more look at the majestic Matterhorn Mountain and the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a small world.
We're going into a small world.
And the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a small world.
We're going into a small world.
We're now steaming back to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you'll be leaving us here, stay in your seat till we come to a full stop. And remember to gather all your personal belongings, including the yard if you got it, and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We surely hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back and see us again real soon. For those of you traveling on, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Holiday 4 here at Disneyland Railroad. Our train will be departing the station momentarily, so at this time we do ask everybody to go ahead and take a seat and remain seated at all times, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And also remember to please supervise your children. And if you have any little ones, please make sure they are seated away from the train openings, either behind a bench or on top of your lap. And our next stop will be New Orleans Square Station.
Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Uh-oh. Did you folks hear that? Sounds to me like we've reached the wilds of Adventureland, where you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know just what may show up. We're approaching our first stop, New Orleans Square Station. This station serves Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and
Hi there, folks. We are approaching New Orleans Square Station. This is your stop for Adventureland, Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Critter Country, where you can enjoy attractions such as the world famous Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Indiana Jones Adventure, Splash Mountain, The Adventures of Winnie and the Pooh, and many, many more. Also, in just 5 minutes from now at 9 o'clock p.m., there will be a showing of Fantasmic just across the way at Rivers of America. So if you'd like to join the show, go ahead and get off on the station, and the show will be starting in approximately 5 minutes. Thank you for choosing the Disneyland Railroad.
The 2 engines that you could ride up front with them are broken, and the number 2
Ladies and
train
gentlemen, boys and girls, following tonight's performance of Fantasmic, we invite you to renew the Rivers of America to experience magic. Our exciting summer fireworks spectacular.
Remain seated throughout our journey, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And also make sure to supervise your children at all times. And if you do have any little ones, make sure they are seated away from the train openings, either behind a bench or on top of your lap. And our next stop will be Mickey's Toontown Depot.
We're going to go all the way around, and then we're going to go backwards, and we're going to go fireworks, and then yeah, I love you. Oh, that was so
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids. And please, watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños.
Hi there, folks. This train that's coming in is only going to New Orleans and to Toontown. It'll be taken off for the night. If you want to go further to Toontown, wait for the next one.
Also, this is the last time this train will be stopping at Mian Street. We have 2 more stops on the line, New Orleans Square and Mickey's Toontown, and this train will be put away for the evening. There is one last train that will continue to make round-trip tours. Thank you, and we hope you have a wonderful day here in Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom. See you all again real soon.
Traveling on. We're on our way.
Indiana Jones Adventure, the world's famous jungle cruise, the Fantasyland Railroad, the wildest ride in the wilderness. Please know that the Haunted Mansion will open again on September 11th. Right now, Jack Skellington is wrecking our halls with all of his tricks and treats in preparation for the holiday season. Please remain seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. Thank you and welcome to the Vine. This is New Orleans Square. Mickey's Toontown Depot will be the last stop for this train. There will be a train right behind us that will make another round trip tour for the night. We apologize about the inconvenience. That train is only about 10 minutes behind us, probably a little less. For those of you just joining us, welcome aboard. Please leave small children whose feet cannot completely touch the floor away from the train opening. Parents, please supervise young children. While the train is in motion, we do ask that you remain seated, keeping all hands on seat legs inside the train at all times. Our next and final stop of the evening is Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to use your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids. This area is so rich with natural beauty. Wildlife for months. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños.
small world. Ahead of us lies the future.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading out to Main Street Station. This is the last train and last drop-off location of the evening. We'll be to Main Street. Please remain seated. We can go forward to complete stop and stay ahead. Once your conductor steps out off the train, you can stand up and disembark. This is your exit. Hands it up inside the train during our trip. Keep small children away from the doorway. And please don't park your dog at any time overhead. Thank you.
Plug into my rounded box that I bought. I mean, you could try for him to try, but maybe it's on the fact might be something hard to do. Even though he still wouldn't be able to move, he wouldn't have the freedom because he wouldn't have wireless. But he would still be different.
Folks now entering the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon got around Frontier Disneyland in 1958. Along with the very train you're sitting on, the Excursion B train and the engine pulling it. Engine number 3, the front Gurley. The backdrop of the Grand Canyon was painted by one of Hollywood's foremost scenic artists in the 1950s. It was over 300 feet long, and the artist used over 300 gallons of paint in 12 different colors in order to recreate the realistic scene of the Grand Canyon. And we're soon to be entering our next diorama, the Primeval World. The Primeval World diorama celebrated its 50th anniversary because it premiered at the 1964 New York World Fair on April 22nd, 1964. It was created by Walt Disney himself for the foreign magic society taken in the area of oil. Walt Disney designed the most exciting part of the history of oil, the flameless storage part. Walt Disney liked the idea of the assembly line as a ride vehicle and attraction so much that he asked his Imagineers to reverse Imagineering so he could bring the concept to Disneyland. And it's still listed today. The Omni-Mover system, which is featured in the Haunted Mansion, Arrow's Undersea Adventure, and Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. Well, folks, we're now coming into Main Street Station. This is your stop for the front entrance and exit of all of Disneyland Park. We would like to sincerely thank you for riding with us today here on the Excursion 3 on the Disneyland Railroad. If you're disembarking with us, we hope that you get home safe. Please remain seated until the train makes a full and complete stop inside the station. This train is going to be making one more round trip around the park, but it will be a round trip only with no drop-offs to Main Street only. And you're welcome to join us for that final trip.
There's a picture of me inside the station.
Es el último.
Y que es el último que nos va a dejar ahí por el destino. ¡Ay, no!
Ay, güey, ¿no?
¡Ay, güey!
Ya van a cerrar la bamba, ¿no?
Ya la cerraron. Ese estaba rico el pambazo.
La neta sí me estaba
Hello, folks. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, with stops at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland.
Claudia, te tengo que cuidar.
Did you folks hear that? Sounds to me like we've reached the wilds of Adventureland. But you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know just what will show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching New Orleans Square. It's going to stop us. Because again, this is our way. Thank you.
until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step while getting off. Have a good time in Frontierland.
Maintain your hands, arms, feet, legs on the train at all times. Please watch all small children. If a child is feet, do not touch the floor away from the open doorway. Get on your lap. Close an adult between them and the opening. Begin our early exit will be Main Street Station. We'll be picking up from a couple other stations and putting away for the night. Thank you.
Why did they choose that time of day? Is there any way
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
She doesn't want you driving if you're tired. I don't want to.
I'm like wide awake right now. My legs are tired, but it doesn't take much.
So this is where they do the...
and it's only a 40-minute trip. It'll probably take me like 30 minutes.
This used to be DTV or maybe off of it. Yeah,
but thank you for that.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching Toontown Depot. Please remain seated. We're going to go ahead and close this place up. Get the guests out of the queue there and finish up shutting down the station for the evening. We will be exiting everyone over at Main Street Station 2 stops away after this one. Thank you.
Toontown. This is also the nearest stop to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you'll be leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember,
Watch our small children. Keep it in child his feet. Do not touch the floor away from the open doorway. Keep you have your lamp or an adult between them and the opening. Thank you.
It's like screen up between you and the audience. Shows going on the screen. You might need it like behind that super dark.
Your doctor's today to practice the massage.
Oh yeah, they have yellow uniforms.
I don't know if I ever tried to human touch one. Human touch? Well, that one, that panel thing, there's a bunch of different things it can do.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. As we steam on through Fantasyland, you may want to take one more look at the majestic Matterhorn Mountain and the happiest cruise you've ever sailed. It's a star.
In their land, so they have like an Alice in Wonderland, a deep plunge, they have zero in the underwater. Oh, cool. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. Going up the ramp, I like it. So this is kind of fun because this is a little bit of a back scene. And they show, they put little scenes like this. So they can be like, that's like, here they are.
Lies the future. Well, I guess we all know that. What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland, where everything is possible. If you look overhead, you might catch a glimpse of a monorail. When Disneyland introduced the monorail back in 1959, it was the first daily operated monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere. Winding below us is the Autopia, where drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of a car, and no license is required. If you've ever wanted to become an astronaut, then you might want to stop at Space Mountain and Star Tour.
Atta girls.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now heading up to our last stop, Main Street Station.
Everybody needs an atta girl photo. Oh, look, I can have quite a few.
During our trip today, much more away from the open doorway. Please no flash photography, no video lighting, no light of choice in the tunnel ahead. Thank you.
To those joining us, welcome aboard. The next leg of our journey will take us along the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's a mighty long drop to the canyon floor, so for your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Be sure to watch your kids and no flash pictures, please.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
We're now steaming back to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you'll be leaving us here, stay in your seat till we come to a full stop. And remember to gather all your personal belongings, including the youngins if you got any, and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who have been traveling on. We'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and come to a full complete stop. Once your conductor steps down off the train, you can stand up and disembark. This is your exit. In fact, this is the last and only exit. This is your exit. Thank you all for joining us and have a safe ride home.
Training, and he's got to stand by his height. He's one of our new guys, you know. Oh, hello. Yeah, I've seen you around. Come on up here. We'll get pictures. Oh, really? Cool. Is it possible if I could get one from the front, showing all of it? You can't stand it down. Oh, no, right now. Come up here if you like. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I guess I was thinking for the photo. Yeah, because we have to go. I know that. That's all right. You want to come right up here? That way. All right. Have a good night, and thank you.
Hello, folks. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a grand circle tour of the United Kingdom with a stop at Kimball Square, Toontown, and Tomorrowland.
it's going to be real hot today. They probably won't do it once it gets, you know, warmer. That's fine. Didn't even unlock it?
Step in time, coming and going this step in time. Keep your knees up. I'm your name. Like a body.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a grand circle tour to reach the wilds of Adventureland. We just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki-birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know just what will show up. There's the magic step.
Lydia, what are you? Is it scared?
No, not scared.
No, it's not. But Julian.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated. Ahead of us lies the What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland, where everything is
Electronically conduit unscheduled. We will continue forward momentarily.
the rail system in the entire Western Hemisphere. Winding below us is the Autopia, where drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of a car, and no license is required. If you've ever wanted to become an astronaut, then you might want to stop at Space Mountain and Star Tours, where they got some newfangled flying spaceships that'll launch you into the deepest reaches of space. You could ride them if you got the mind and the nerve. Well, folks, we're now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. If you'll be leaving us here, just stay seated till we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings and step carefully from the train. Thanks. Have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
Please make sure to stay seated during the train makes the most stop. Thanks.
Your attention, please.
Thank you.
To those joining us, welcome aboard. The next leg of our journey will take us along the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's a mighty long drop to the canyon floor, so for your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Be sure to watch your kids and no flash pictures. Para su seguridad, los pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We are on our way to Main Street Station. Again, please remain fully seated at all times.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know today.
The sister's way over there on the mountain over there. Right now, they can't see us. Look, because the wolf is chasing us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are arriving at Main Street Station, Main Street, USA. Your gateway to all of Disneyland and only crossover point to Disney California Adventure. Those of you leaving us here, please remain fully seated until the train stops completely inside the station. Please look around to gather your belongings and sit carefully from the train. If you're traveling with a stroller or a wheelchair and you decide to leave us here, we'd like to remind you that this station does not Fantasyland.
Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Arms, feet, and legs inside the train, and make sure little ones are seated away from the open side of the train.
Remember to...
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. This is an unscheduled stop. We'll be on our way again momentarily. Once again, folks, please remain seated. This is an unscheduled stop. We will be on our way again momentarily.
A sus pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. We're now entering Splash Mountain, where every day is a zippity-doo-dah day. If you look real hard...
And those two whistles mean we are on our way again. Please remain fully seated. Stop. Next up, Mickey's Toontown Depot.
Hello? No, Roger, it's Dennis.
You can see why the early settlers were inspired to move west. You're seeing this view just like many of them did, from the comfort of a genuine steam-powered train. When these iron horses first started crisscrossing the country in the 1800s, the time it took folks to reach the west dropped from months to a matter of days. Why, steam power not only fueled the trains, but the dreams of a whole new generation as they settled this great frontier.
Yeah, there's people on it. So it's been on.